Do you want to intro this podcast?
Yes.
Go for it.
Welcome everybody
piece of
to
shit.
There is no one like me. There is no one like me.
Chitty
Like
bang,
me. Take a second look and you'll see.
and we pretty much amazing.
No one like me.
Yeah,
There is no one
mind
like
your
me.
manners. You hear
Like
me?
me. No one like me.
And all the people should be raising their glasses.
welcome everybody to the latest episode of the Run Button Podcast. In many ways, Keith, the relaunch of the Run Button Podcast. I'm your host this week, Kyle Churchill. With me, as always, Keith Carberry. What's up?
Hey, nothing.
Listen, we've got plenty coming up. We're going to talk about what we've been playing. We're going to talk about some game news. And we're going to answer some of your questions that you emailed. That's coming up.
They hating on us, but mind your manners.
Take a second look and you'll see.
You'll see,
There is no one like me.
like me,
There is no one like me.
like me, la 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 la, like me.
You better reconsider.
Consider,
You will never do better. There is no one like me.
like me, there's no one like me.
Where'd Keith go?
Hi, can you hear me? It's you
Hey,
if
you're
it's
back.
your fault.
You're
That
back.
sounds like it's your fault.
No. Well,
I could hear you fine.
okay, yeah. I mean, my internet is terrible, so if that's what
Okay.
you mean, yeah. That's on me.
Did we get any questions from Joseph is what I asked.
Oh, boy, if we did, though. But no.
No one listening knows who Joseph is. When we did the Complex Rockets podcast back when we were teenagers,
We had one
Joseph
fan.
was the only person that listened to the show and would from time to time send in the only emails that we ever got
Like,
were
pretty
from the
much.
one
We-
guy.
We did get some other ones, but the only consistent one was Joseph.
But it
I'm still friends with him on PSN, and every once in a while I see him there, and I want to be like, hey, do you still like us, or what's up?
Yeah, do that. Well, I mean, what's the downside? Is that he goes no?
Oh, no, I can't hear you.
Wow. Why not?
You keep cutting out. No.
No. Can you move closer to the router?
No,
Can't-
it's not the router. It's like the internet service.
Oh.
It's so fucked. Well, let's.
Do you want
whatever
to
I
start
interrupted
another
you-
call?
Whatever I interrupted you saying, do you want to just say it again and we'll keep going and hope it doesn't keep happening?
Oh, I said, what's the worst case scenario? Is that he just says no and then unfriends you on PSN? Like, it's pretty low stakes.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm just,
Yeah, just do it. Just ask.
Oh, okay. Hey, do you guys like this?
Hey, do you guys like this yet?
You guys like this yet?
Are you guys liking this?
We've been waiting 6 years. Do you like it yet?
Do you like it yet? No one's ever said they liked it.
Remember the thing? The thing was, do you guys like this? Tweet at Kyle to tell us if you like this or not. And so I just kept getting all these tweets that said, I like this.
Oh, really? Like
Yeah.
for years?
No, just for a
Oh,
couple
okay.
days or something.
You don't every once in a while get one?
No, that'd be great though.
That would be good. Maybe if we were more popular. Maybe one day we'll be
Yeah.
popular, and then you'll be inundated with people going back and deciding that they like it and letting you know.
Yeah, every once in a while we still get those comments here and there that are like, man, you guys should have like millions of subscribers. What's up? And I just want to be like, thank you.
Yeah.
That's what
And
we're
also-
saying.
Yeah, we also thought that. Million sounds like a lot, though. That sounds like a headache.
We should have, well, okay. I mean, I would like enough fans so that I can do this for a living comfortably.
Mhm. Yeah.
Right now,
How about-
I can't even do it for a living uncomfortably right now. But
Yeah, yeah.
comfortability, that's all I need.
Let's say, what do you think? Like 200,000 fans. How's that? Is that good enough? Is that too many, or maybe a little more, or
How many?
200,000?
That sounds pretty good.
That sounds good, right? 200,000 and we're done.
Jesse
I mean,
M-
not we're done, not it's over, but like we're done trying to get more.
Jesse M in the chat says it's likable, which I like that it's like it implies like someone could like this.
Yes, it's able to be liked.
It's not outside the realm of possibility for a person to like this. Hey Keith.
You should, yeah.
Oh, sorry. What's up?
I don't know.
Okay, what you been playing?
A lot of Halo 5.
Really?
Yeah, I've been playing tons of Halo 5 multiplayer, like a couple
Cool.
hours a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
You didn't even want to check in on what Kyle was doing, see if he wanted a Halo with you.
I thought that if you saw me online, you'd ask, and then you never did.
Why would I see you online?
Like if you're on your Xbox and it says, he's playing Halo 5.
Oh,
it
Keith.
always tells me when everyone else is playing anything, so I assumed that you'd see.
I actually I don't like use my Xbox anymore, really.
What do you use?
My PS4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've just been playing a lot of games on my PS4 and the Xbox. I'm trying to think if there's like a particular reason I've been mostly using the PS4, but I don't know.
Yeah, we play a lot of Halo 5. Oh, I also tend to play when you're like not around.
Yeah, that we have like opposite schedules.
Yeah, basically. I mean,
any
so
of that-
I can talk about that for a little bit if you want to talk about Halo 5.
You've been hitting any of that Breakout?
I did only a little bit of Breakout, and I performed pretty well. But you know how in Halo 5 you get into those ruts where it's like, I'm doing the best of my team and I'm still losing because everyone else I'm playing with is not doing well?
Literally never had that experience on any online shooter almost.
Okay,
ever.
well, that happens to me, especially in Halo, and it makes me really frustrated. It's like the only time I get really frustrated in a game is when I'm doing really well and I still lose. I don't mind losing as long as like I'm also losing. But when I'm winning and I lose, then I get upset.
Yeah.
And that was happening in Breakout, and I was mad because I was like, it was the qualifying rounds, so I was like, you fucking idiots are getting me into a worse qualifier.
Yeah, but that just means you get to clean up.
I don't play like that, man. I play with honor.
But you were playing with honor. You were playing
Yeah,
with
well,
honor, and you
but
were
I
getting...
can't be excited about cleaning up in a worse ranking.
I think the last time in a shooter I had that thing where I would get mad at people that didn't do good enough was when I was on my huge kick of playing nothing but Capture the Flag in Halo 4, back when Halo 4 was new.
Yeah.
Had a bunch of people with some weak-ass shit that needed to pick it up.
Yeah.
Literally,
I try
the
not
flag,
to...
pick it up.
Pick it up. Pick the flag up. I try not to get too frustrated when playing video games because it's like the lamest thing you can do in the whole world.
Yeah, totally.
And for the most part, I do a pretty good job at it. But with Halo specifically, I have such like a weird legacy with Halo that it's sometimes a little bit hard because I'm like, I'm worse than I used to be by like a huge margin. I'm still good. I'm still very good at it. But like I used to be playing with some of the best people in the world.
You
at Halo
used
2.
to be beating the best person in Halo 2
Coming
in a
in second
custom
place.
game.
Second
In
place.
Second place.
Yeah.
But you haven't
There-
been doing that campaign, huh?
No, I wasn't going to do it because I knew that you wanted to do it with me, so I didn't do any of it.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not a rude boy.
You could just do it.
Okay.
It's fine. I
Okay.
think I lost interest in that. Or like not really lost
It was
interest,
only a
but
week
I think
ago.
I think it was
like,
it was actually more than that, but I think it was like a moment of realization of like we don't have any fucking time in our Let's Play schedule to add Halo 5 to the mix.
that's true. Trim Fandango says, do they do plays of the game or like MVP at the ends of games in Halo 5 multiplayer? No, they don't do anything like that. The closest
Bummer.
thing that they do is you do that. Why'd you say it like that?
No, I don't. I didn't remember.
You know what?
I didn't remember.
Oh, you're gone. You're gone for me.
I didn't remember.
Hey, I think I can hear you again. You didn't remember that they didn't do
remember. I did not
that? Okay.
remember.
What they do
Keith,
is
I didn't remember.
If you didn't remember, that's fine. But what I'm going to say is that you do earn medals for doing certain things, and at the end, if you get like a rare medal, they do tell you and no one else So that's
Oh.
kind of the closest they do. Like if you get like
Cool.
like a triple kill, or I killed 2 people. I headshotted 2 people with 1 sniper shot
Nice.
the other day, and it'll be like achievement or a medal ultra rare, and they'll give you extra XP or something. But no, they don't do. But that's a good point. It might help to like if you do the best on your team but still lose, to get that sort of play of the game or MVP or whatever, might be a nice feeling or something.
Yeah. But it does have kill cams, right?
No kill cams.
Wait. But Halo 4 had kill cams.
Yeah, Halo 5 does.
Well, I think the kill cams never worked right in Halo 4 or something.
I wish there were kill cams. They also don't have theater mode either, so you can't
Wait, what?
I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong.
That sounds wrong. That sounds wrong.
I think that Halo 5 does not have a theater mode, which was like the Halo version of kill cams where you could go and watch the entire thing from any perspective.
Yeah, that's-
and also, it was fucking sick.
Yeah, way less practical, though.
Less practical, but like if something's really clawed at the back of your mind, you can go watch the whole thing from any fucking angle you want. One thing that I will say about Halo 5, and I don't know if they've changed this, or playing Halo 5 is the first time really that I've played a game with loot boxes since like the big coming around against loot boxes late last year, which is great. I mean,
that's been pretty cool, right? Like, fuck loot boxes.
Yeah, loot boxes suck. They've always sucked. I'm glad that everyone said it on the same day finally.
Yeah.
Like that was really all it was. No one ever liked them, I think. But it just took everyone kind of saying it on the same day. But Halo 5 is an interesting one because I feel like they just give you fucking pack after pack after pack.
It's
at a rate
bonanza
where,
in there.
yeah, at a rate where I never ever felt like, I never felt like
Ah, fucking goddamn it!
what.
Ice Cream Jones is back in the chat and he says happy 520. Ice Cream Jones, it's not 520. It's May 15th and 520 is not a thing. Come on.
Wait, hold on. You don't know that 520 is not a thing.
520 is not a thing.
You don't know that 520 is not a thing.
Keith, we're the purveyors of oneies.
Listen, we cannot have a monopoly on holidays. We don't know that she doesn't celebrate 520 every year.
I think it's a male
No.
person.
Nope, you're wrong, and I'm right.
Oh wait, maybe I was. Well, okay. I think I was mixing up multiple people, so it doesn't matter.
That's fine. The internet, listen, there's a lot of people, and we can't know all of them.
Boy, there's so many people on that internet, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. The World Wide Web.
Ice Cream Jones, true or false? Do you celebrate 520 every year?
520's not a thing.
We don't know that. That's
It's
why I'm
May
asking.
It's May 15th. It's not even 5-1. It's not the 1st of May. It's the 15th of May. Like, that's so... Like, it's not even close enough to be, like, happy belated 520.
And Kyle?
Yes.
Okay, but Kyle,
Yeah.
we don't always celebrate 420 on the 1st of April.
Well, no, we always do. It's just we don't always release
Yeah, hey
the
Kyle, you
recording
sound like
in time.
shit, dude. No, stop. You sound like a fucking alien robot. You sound terrible. I can
I
barely
know-
even understand you.
All right. We should probably move on from Halo 5, though. We should probably stop talking about a game that came out 3 years ago.
I don't know. What else are we gonna do? What have you been playing?
I've been playing a couple things. Been playing that God of War.
Yeah, how's that?
It's fine. It hasn't
Okay.
been grabbing me. People are kind of over the moon
But
about it.
Hold
but
on, but Kyle, you're talking about the new Dark Souls game, God of War,
Yeah. Brand new
And-
Dark Souls.
critically acclaimed God of War, the one everyone loves to love.
Yeah. It's
And you
it's not Kyle acclaimed.
And you're saying it's only okay?
That's what I'm telling you.
All right.
Yeah, believe it or don't.
What about it is not grabbing you?
Well, first of all, like, the combat is just not that much fun. And it's a very slow
Why?
starter. Like, you'll hear a lot of people say, like, oh, you start out with not that many options, and by the end of the game, once you unlock all the skills, you've got all this stuff to do. But, like, boy, it takes a long time to do that. And also, I found the game to be, like, really hard, but not in a way that was, like, fun or engaging. So I just bumped it down to easy, and that was making me enjoy it a little bit more.
That's good. Yeah, bump
Yeah.
it down. Why not? What about it? Is it not fun just because it's hard, or is it also something else?
No, it's not the difficulty. I don't know. There's just something really intangible about, like, the gameplay and the combat to me that it just doesn't grab me for some reason, and I can't really explain it. It just doesn't. I don't know. It's missing some kind of special thing.
Yeah,
And
that's
and it also might be where I am personally right now, because, like, I don't have a lot of free time to play games, so, and my emotional state is all over the place. Well, I'm actually doing a lot better now, but
that's good.
I think, like, a little bit about God of War feels almost like a hassle at some point. Like, there's all these, like, items with stats and stuff, and I'm almost kind of like, ugh, we're gonna deal with all these items now. Or is that even true? See, I'm just saying things, and I'm not even sure. My feelings about God of War are all over the place.
You have liked past God of War games, correct?
Yeah, I liked the first two a lot, and then the third one I thought had some good moments, but was not, like, super good overall. It also
Okay.
had a bunch of problematic stuff in it.
Okay.
That has aged terribly.
Yeah. I bet a lot of God of War stuff has aged pretty bad.
You know who else has aged? Kratos.
Oh wow! And tell me about that.
He's an old man now. He's got
So
a big beard.
He's got an old man. He's an old man with a big beard. Does he have the same fire in his heart that he always did?
I would say the fire has been what do you
Doused?
doused. Thank you. The fire's been doused maybe a little bit. Or I don't know. I feel like the game will have these moments in the story where Kratos goes, like, super crazy rage mode and, like, tears a giant's head off with his bare hands, and, like, it almost feels out of place because it's like Kratos, like, for the most part, he just kind of seems like he just doesn't give a shit. So it
Uh-huh.
almost seems weird when he goes into his crazy rage trips.
Now, is it speaking to you as a father?
I was almost expecting it to do that maybe a little bit more, but I think it's the most interesting part of the game, for sure.
And what are they doing? Like what? All I know is that there is a kid, and I know that some video game dads have been like, "Wow, this is really making me remember that I'm a dad." I guess is what they're saying.
I don't know about that, but one way I would put it, what I really liked, I was listening to All Systems Goku, and they brought up the idea that God of War is like if a game was about Vegeta and Trunks. Like,
Okay.
Vegeta, it's like he loves his
Future
son,
Trunks
but
or kid Trunks?
I'm thinking like an adolescent kid Trunks.
Okay.
I think it's like Vegeta, he loves his son, but he super doesn't know what to do with those feelings, or let alone express them in any way.
Yeah.
Where I'm still pretty early in the game, and already they have twice done the thing where Kratos reaches up to put his hand on his son's shoulder, and then, like, thinks twice about it and, like, slowly lowers his hand again.
Afraid of those feelings, huh? Beard guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have moments where it'll be like, "Whoa, thanks for saving me," and he kind of goes like, "Ugh." You know,
Great, yeah.
you know, stuff like that. He's like he's a Vegeta dad.
That's kind of surprising because, like, I hear a lot from people who are probably better dads than Kratos who feel affected by this game's story. And I just don't understand. Like, I could tell that Kratos would be a shitty dad. And what you're saying is, like, this is an emotionally stunted father trying to use these moments and then missing out, usually, I guess.
Yeah,
And I
well,
wonder
but
what that is speaking to anyone. That doesn't sound like anything that anyone's looking for unless you're a shitty dad watching another shitty dad and going like, wow, that's a shitty dad. And then going like, wow, that's like me.
Well, also, like I said, I'm still early on, so I think the idea is that their relationship strengthens over the course of the game. So maybe there's something to that.
Sure.
You know, I think
How early?
how early?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how long the game is, or I don't remember anybody who said how long it was, but I would guess. Oh, it's so hard because I have played it in such like crazy like clipped sessions where like sometimes I will literally play the game for like 15 minutes and then stop. So
How long to beat saying main story is 18 and a half hours, main plus extras is 31 hours.
Maybe like 4 or 5 hours in or something.
Okay, that's
I don't know.
pretty early. You don't know. That's fair.
I have no clue.
Well,
I
we'll check.
could tell you where I am in the story, but that's not going to help.
Let's let's come back to that one when you've played more of it. If
yeah.
you have anything more to say, have you
Churling-
been playing anything else?
Churlington says Vegedad. Sure.
Veggie Dad is just a vegetable father.
Yeah.
Um,
It's it's a father that really wants to tell you about the glory of Christ through vegetables.
I didn't know for a
Oh my
really-
god! Wait.
What?
Okay, here's a God of War thing. This was a shit. Was it I think it was a Clickhole headline where it said, "God of War is a PlayStation exclusive because the Xbox One's graphics chip is programmed to recognize no other gods before Christ."
That's funny. Where is that from?
I think it was Clickhole.
That's funny. Man, Cuckle is good, by the way. I don't know if you heard.
Clickhole's pretty good, yeah.
Playing anything else?
Yeah, I've been playing that Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for the Nintendo Switch with new funky mode.
That is a new one, right? That's a brand new one?
No, it
Or
was
it's a
on...
remake. It's a remake, but it just came out, right? Like recently?
No,
No?
it's a port. It was a brand new hot off the presses game on the Wii U, and then this is just a port that adds an easy mode called Funky Mode where you play as Funky Kong.
Why does Funky have an easier time of it? Surely he can handle harsher punishment than
Because
Donkey Kong.
I think he's just so fucking chill. Like he just doesn't let it get to him. You know, it just slides right off his back. You know,
Now, how much ASMR is there in that?
not nearly enough.
No. How many times does he drive you home from an airport?
You know, that's all I can think about the whole time I'm playing it.
And how much gum does he have?
Oh man, so much gum. No, what's funny is like Funky Kong has a voice, but of course, like the voice is absolutely nothing like the voice on that fake ASMR video. But
Right.
it still strikes me as being so wrong. I'm like, that's not what Funky Kong sounds like.
Yeah, the real Funky Kong has become the ASMR Funky Kong.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
So Funky Kong has like in the regular mode, Donkey Kong has 2 hearts of health, and if he gets like Diddy Kong rolling with him, then it's a total of 4 hearts. But Funky Kong always has 5, and he can breathe underwater, and he can double jump, and he has a surfboard that he uses when he jumps, and like sometimes if there's spike pits, it won't hurt him because he lands on the board, and the board sits on top of the spikes.
he seems really cool.
He is so fucking cool. That game needed an easy mode though, because it is hard as fuck. Like right off the
Yeah.
bat,
Yeah.
that game does not fuck around.
So you like it? You liking it?
Yeah, I've been liking it.
What do you like more, that or God of War?
I like Donkey Kong more.
Cool.
It's well made.
And why do you like games for kids?
Well, that's the thing.
Why
Keith.
don't you like
This
adult
game
games for gamers?
Well, I guess I'm just too good of a dad to relate to Kratos.
Did you have anything to say about this game other than you like the funky mode and also that it helps put you to sleep?
Yeah, I mean it's very well produced. The production
Okay.
values for a 2D platform are very high. It's got awesome music, really great visuals.
Does the funky mode have funkier music?
It does not.
All right, missed
But
a
listen
real
to this,
easy one
though.
there.
Listen to this though. Funky mode, he walks around, right? Like you would expect
Yeah.
him to.
Right.
But every time he jumps, a surfboard just magically appears below him.
Right.
And then when you do a double jump, he does like whatever the surfboard equivalent of like a pop shove it is. So you're just going around doing surfboard tricks in the air constantly. That's fun.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that is pretty funky. I would love just like a nice low bass in that though. That would be good. Like
what?
Some syncopation.
For funkier music.
Yeah, for funkier
Yeah.
music.
I mean, it's Grant Kirkhope, so it's pretty funky.
That's fair. You're saying the music was already funky.
The music was pretty funky. I think, if anything, they looked at the music and said, gotta get Funky Kong in here.
Oh, now that's a nice twist where it was already like this music is so funky it doesn't even fit a guy named Donkey. We've got to get a guy named Funky in here.
Oh, that's good time.
Yeah.
I tweeted a bunch of stuff about Funky Kong in this game, and I got retweeted by a Twitter account that was only for Funky Kong retweets.
Oh, nice. Love to get retweeted by a bot.
Yeah.
That's always great when you get a retweet and you're
"Ooh,
like,
I
who's
got a
that? And then
retweet."
it's a bot.
Yeah.
That's what I say every time I get a retweet, by the way, is, ooh, I got a retweet.
Ooh, a retweet.
What is this? Is this a retweet? And then I'm like, ooh, it's a bot. A robot thought this was cool. And that's double cool.
I just think it's just funny to me that somebody would make a bot specifically for Funky Kong mentions.
Yeah, there really is a bot for everything. I don't know if
guess
you
there
heard.
is, Yeah. Yeah, there really is.
Yeah. Anything else you had on your plate, Kyle?
Let me think about it really quickly.
So no.
I played a little bit of Super Mario Maker.
Yeah, so I did that with you.
No, I did it on my own, like by myself. But I think they changed it. Before it was like if your level didn't get enough likes, they would take it down, and
Yeah.
then you couldn't re-upload it. And even if you copied it to a new copy, the copy would still maintain the unuploadability.
What
And
if
I
you
think-
copied it and then changed it?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
They
it
don't
was-
even let you edit it? That's
No, it was fucked up. But I think they patched it, and now you can. So I got to
Okay.
edit. I got to fix one of my levels and like put it back up, and that was cool.
That's good. I played some Star Wars: The Old Republic MMO.
Oh, okay.
That's weird, right?
Wait, were you playing that with Jack?
No, I was playing that with Art and Alley.
Oh, okay.
Why? Was
Sorry.
Jack playing that?
Like somebody on, so now Giant Bomb, after the Bombcast, they do an after show where they just take call-in questions.
Yeah.
And somebody from the UK named Jack called in about Star Wars: The Old Republic, and I'm like, his name is Jack. He's from the UK. He kind of
It's
sounds
probably
like
the same
Jack.
guy.
It probably sounds like Jack, I think, but why would he be playing the Old Republic?
Yeah, no, just a wild coincidence. I've not been playing SWOTOR with Jack.
Swotor.
SWOTOR.
More like Swoltor.
I honestly don't. Oh, you know what? Art noticed that they were having some sort of sale where you were able to buy all of the stuff that normally you have to unlock via loot boxes for like a weekend. And so Art and I both had a lot of spare in-game currency because they gave us a lot because we were like early players or something. I can't remember. It's been so long. But I bought 2 months worth of the subscription.
Yeah.
And man, that game is like a roller coaster of being okay and being a fucking shithole game. It's so bad, and also sometimes it's okay.
What? Explain.
So, I've been doing 2 characters. I've been playing as a Sith Marauder, and I've been playing as a smuggler. And it's just like every once in a while you hit a mission that is like has a really interesting story and the acting is good and you're like, this feels like some Star Wars shit. And then you go out and you have to play an MMO and it sucks.
Yeah.
And then when you have a quest that isn't interesting, then you have an uninteresting quest followed by having to do an MMO and it sucks. But apparently the expansions, people say, or I have heard that people say that they're more
You've
like...
heard that people say.
I have heard that people say.
This is straight from the source.
This is, yeah. Anonymous source. I've heard that people say that the expansions have a lot more of like a KOTOR feel to them. And if you subscribe for even 1 month, they give you the expansions for free forever. Which is why I ended up actually buying a subscription, because I want to play until I get super sick of it, and then I'm going to make a boosted level 60 character and try the expansions. Because that also comes with the expansions.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if...
I think about playing that game every once in a while, but then I just go, I'm crazy.
Yeah, no, you're crazy. If you want to play that game, you're crazy. I think it's one of the better MMOs for sure. Like, if you are someone that's really into playing MMOs and you like that type of game, this is a good one of them, I think. I like this one more than other ones, but I am so not an MMO player guy that, like, any amount of having to do the MMO part is such a fucking chore. Like, playing it with friends is the only thing that keeps it even kind of interesting.
Yeah. Dude, isn't it fucking wild that those games used to be everywhere constantly?
They were the most popular games in the world.
Yeah, and like now they don't even get made, really. It's not even like for a while they were all going free to play, but like now people don't even really make that style of game free to play anymore.
Yeah. They're unsustainable. It's a game that its entire business model, whether it's subscription or free to play, hinges on a large number of people deciding this is the only game I want to play, and it's the only game I want to play for years.
Yeah.
And that's just crazy.
That's
crazy.
Ice Cream Jones chiming in again to piss me off a second time. They say, the better MMO is called Star Wars Galaxies. That game was an unplayable disaster. Like, there was no jump animation. If you were running and then you jumped, your character would just keep running, but they would sort of rise and fall.
Yeah, it's called The Force.
Get out of here.
I never played any Star Wars Galaxies. I do have a Star Wars Galaxy novelization.
Wow, that's fun.
Yeah. I think I didn't know what Star Wars Galaxies was when I got it. Or maybe it was a gift. Jesse says, now it's MOBAs and Battle Royale. Battle Royale, it's only been like a year of that. I think it's too soon to say that that's on par with MOBAs, but you're right. You're totally right about MOBAs.
Yeah. Now everything's a MOBA, but like MOBAs are so different from MMOs. Like even though they have kind of culturally taken the place of it, like they haven't replaced it in terms of game.
Everyone, block your ears. I have to discuss some important business with Kyle.
Yeah. All right. Everybody, earmuffs, please.
Earmuffs, please. Kyle.
Yep.
MMOBA.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I have that, and then that's what I've got, and I think we could do something with it.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
I have a great idea because I know a guy who's into game development, and he could probably help us out. We should go talk to Cliff Bleszinski about this, see if we could get him into a game.
Oh, do you think he's busy?
Well, I know he's got his acclaimed video game production house, Boss Key, and they're probably looking for a new project right about now.
Actually, Kyle, if you want to move over to news stories, I do have something to say about that.
I can't imagine what you have to say about that, but go ahead.
Cliff Bleszinski's Boss Key Productions shuts down after 3 years. Radical Heights' last-ditch attempt fails to save Lawbreakers Studio.
Bummer.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised it's been
actually,
3
hold on. I
years.
take it back. You said it's a bummer that the other people that worked there lost their jobs.
Yeah.
But Cliffy B's a shithead idiot, so...
Cliffy B is a shithead idiot, and they didn't make any games that were interesting.
No, not even a little.
But that's too bad, though.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a guy who got famous by inventing what if you put a chainsaw on a gun and just rode it straight into the ground.
I mean, he was a name in game development before that.
But not like he was after that.
That's true, yeah. I have a statement from Mr. Bleszinski if you'd like to hear it.
Oh, yes, I've seen this statement.
As of today, Boss Key Productions is effectively no more. 4 years ago, I set out to make a world-class video game studio, and I hired some of the best talent in the video game industry. They worked tirelessly to produce quality products, and while we had our ups and downs, I'd like to think we had fun doing it. Lawbreakers was a great game that unfortunately failed to gain traction, and in a last-ditch effort... Do
you want me to read this?
In a last-ditch attempt, we scrambled to take on the huge battle royale genre with Radical Heights, which was well received. However, it was too little too late. As for myself, I'm going to take some time off and reflect. I need to focus on myself and family as well as my Aussie Teddy, who is slowly fading from us.
Wow, what a downer.
Video games will forever be a part of who I am, and I hope to make something new again someday. However, I need to withdraw and take this time. To those of you who have supported myself and the studio for these last years, thank you from the bottom of my heart and everyone who came to work for me. Please note that the servers for Radical Heights will remain up for the near future. Thanks again, Cliff.
He's Cliff now.
Good night, sweet prince. Oh, he's been Cliff for years.
Oh, really? Oh, it does
Yeah.
say Cliff. It does say Cliff on his thing.
For a while, I liked to facetiously call him Cliff. Don't call me Cliffy B. Bleszinski.
His is still the real Cliffy B, though. So
Yeah.
that sends a mixed message.
Sure does. It sure does.
Did he try to ask people not to call him Cliffy?
Yeah, I mean, and then people stopped. Like, no one calls him that anymore.
Oh, I have still only called him that.
Okay.
I guess sometimes I would say Cliff Bleszinski, but I would say Cliffy B all the time. If I was talking,
I guess
all the
people
time
probably do
in
that.
the rare times when I would talk about him. Not
yeah,
like,
whenever that would happen.
Yeah, so I want to say a couple things. Do you remember a few weeks ago when Cliff Bleszinski was complaining about other video game companies, quote unquote, poaching or headhunting from Boss Key?
No.
And like so he was like complaining that his employees are being stolen from other places, and he had a former employee of his being like, there's like a lot of fucking reasons why people are leaving your studio, dude. Like, I left because I didn't like it there, not because someone else came and made me leave.
Yeah, you said stolen, and I was just about to say, like, you mean they were like walking up behind him with sacks and dragging him off, right?
Yeah, they had net. They had those they had those
the
t-shirt
big dog
cannons, but they
nets?
had nets inside.
Oh no!
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, Cliffy B's a shithead idiot. Sorry that all of the people that I'm sure cared more about his games than we do, and probably he did, don't have a studio to work at anymore. But also, fucking, come on.
Also,
With
also
Cliffy
who fucking
B.
cares?
Who cares about Cliffy B's part of the story, I guess.
Right?
is the-
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, he's like, I'll be back, and I'm like, no, it's fine.
No
We're
thanks. Yeah, why don't you just go work at like a tech company that rents watches monthly or something? I'm calling that shot, by the way. Call me in 6 months when Cliffy B is working at a startup that sells watches or rents watches out.
Yeah, I could totally see Cliffy, Mr. B, at
Yeah.
some kind of weird tech startup for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know
I mean,
why
he's
I can
way
picture that so clearly.
He's like way like a tech guy, like a tech bro seeming guy. Like the tech bro culture
Yeah,
seems like it
he's
lives inside of Cliffy B.
Yeah, he's one with tech brodom.
Yeah. Did you have anything else to say about this besides that?
Fuck no.
Fuck this guy, and it's kind of a shame that he tricked people into working for his obviously shitty studio.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Anyway, do you have another news story you want to pop off?
Yeah, I got some news stories to pop off.
Okay.
Well, okay, this is sort of a little one, but did you hear the thing about Sam Fisher being a character in Wildlands and the significance behind that?
Sam Fisher, aka Tom Clancy,
The Splinter Cell.
the Splinter Cell. Tom
Yeah.
Clancy himself, the Splinter Cell.
So a little while ago, they put Sam Fisher as some kind of like, I don't know, unlockable character or something in Ghost Recon Wildlands. But the big news about it was that Sam Fisher was once again voiced
I just
by
remember
the,
what Wildlands is. I'm sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt. Wildlands is the super racist game where you play.
Oh, is that game super racist?
I mean, just based on the concept alone, it's about like American soldiers going into South American countries and killing people. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I mean, it's like supposedly those people are like making or trafficking drugs, but the whole drug traffic trade was like invented by the U.S. anyway. So it's a bunch of Americans going in to kill people based on a problem that the U.S. caused that also killed people. It's a whole mess. Yeah, that game's gross. Anyway, what's the part about Tom Clancy being in it?
That. So the thing was that I can't even remember the character's name. Sam Fisher was in it, and that he was once again voiced by the indispensable Michael Ironside. And people were saying, like, does this mean there's going to be a new Splinter Cell? And does this mean that Michael Ironside's going to be back? And the answer seems to be yes, because did you hear about the big game leaks that came out of Walmart Canada?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Like, you know that thing that stores will do every once in a while where, like, someone forgot to check the don't post this game listing yet thing, and like, oh no, someone leaked Halo 6 because they put up a game listing for it. Walmart Canada did that for like 20 games all at once.
Wow.
So let's...
Oh, I saw that about Rage 2.
Yeah, so that was where Rage 2 came from.
Oh, wow, that's a big fuck up.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Where did it go? It jumped off my screen here.
While you find it, Ice Cream Jones with a good point, which is that it's also set in a real country that is a leftist, indigenously led society. It's set in
shitty.
Bolivia. Yeah. It's super bad. It's not cool. Bad game. Hyacinth says Michael Ironside is a cool name for that guy to have. Yeah, that is a cool name. It's a cool name for anyone to have.
All right. Here we go. I got it right here. Pulling it up. This came out of Variety by way of my main man, Wario64 on Twitter, at Wario64, or 64, whatever.
Hey, it's me, Wario64.
It's a me, Wario64. So I think there were a bunch of titles. Some of them were some of them were even mistyped. Like one of them was Forza Horizons 5, which is weird because there's no Forza Horizon 4 that exists. So unless they're skipping 4, I think they meant 4.
What if they're skipping 4? What if they're like, nah, we went so far that we're going right to 5?
Oh, wow. This game is so fast it sped straight past 4. There's Just Cause 4, unnamed Splinter Cell game, Dragon Quest 2, which I'm pretty sure they mean Dragon Quest Builders 2, because why would Dragon Quest 2 come to PS4? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, fair point.
There's a game called Lego DC Villains. Borderlands 3, that's a big one. And Rage 2, Gears of War 5, and an untitled Assassin's Creed game.
You know, some of those are not really surprising. I would like another Gears of War is not crazy.
A lot of big numbers
Assassin's
on these titles.
Creed game. Yeah, a new Assassin's Creed game. Who would have thought? But Rage 2 is actually probably the most surprising one, right?
Yeah, I was like, Rage 2? What the fuck?
I kind of liked Rage 1.
I know you did. I never
I kind
played
of liked
it.
that one. Ice Cream Joe says Rage 2 was confirmed, so I'd imagine most of these are real. Confirmed before or after?
It was after.
Okay, yeah.
They did that thing where it's like, well, cat's out of the bag. We might as well put out the trailer.
While we're talking about this, sorry, what was the game that you first brought this up with? Oh, it was Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell. I guess that's
Splinter Cell.
The Splinter Cell. Tom Clancy himself.
Keith.
Yeah.
Tom Clancy is no longer with
is the
us.
Splinter Cell.
He's no longer with us.
That's
Please
exactly
don't sully his memory.
That is exactly what a
they
spy
want you to
agency
think.
would say. It's like,
Oh
oh,
my
no,
God.
Tom Clancy, he died. he can't be the Splinter Cell.
And then you just hear, wee.
Oh my God, that's his telltale he's behind me noise.
His telltale bwee.
Quick aside about Rage, I saw this story was not interesting enough to bring up, but since we're talking about id Software anyway, there's a story on Ars Technica about what's that?
We weren't talking about id Software?
Rage.
Sorry. I got
yeah.
that mixed up with Epic Games. I was like, we weren't talking about Epic Games.
But we also kind of were talking about Epic Games when we were talking about Cliff Bleszinski.
Yeah, but he doesn't work there anymore.
No, but he did work there for a long time. But it doesn't matter because that's not what we're talking about.
That's not what we're talking about.
I was on Ars Technica looking for stuff, and apparently John Carmack wrote this thing about like knowing Steve Jobs or whatever.
Oh yeah, I refused to even look at that. I was like, who fucking cares?
No, it's stupid, but I did want to read this one line, which was Carmack's full post includes plenty more personal reminiscences about Jobs requesting Carmack to delay his own wedding to attend an Apple keynote.
Jeez.
What a shithead, right? I mean, John
Yeah.
Carmack's no fucking spring peach. Is that something? Is that something you call a guy that's good? What's the thing that you call a guy...
I think just a peach.
Okay, John Carmack's no fucking peach, but
Yeah.
it is shitty to tell anyone, can you delay your wedding so that you can come to the Apple keynote?
Be like, thanks, dude, but I think I'll just catch it online later.
Yeah.
Like
I think he
I'll watch
wanted
it
him to
during my
speak at
honeymoon.
it. I think he wanted him speaking there. Not to just watch it. No, come on, you gotta support your fucking bros. It's me,
Hey.
Steve Jobs. Support your bro.
Hey Steve, I'll catch you next year with the iPhone with the higher number at the end.
Yeah,
when you make the number one higher.
I'll catch you with the iPhone same S.
Whoa!
Whoa! All
No,
right.
you didn't.
Anyway, I didn't want to talk about that, but I did think that line was funny. Fuck Steve Jobs and kind of also fuck John Carmack.
I haven't heard great things about John Carmack.
Yeah. Here's one that I'm curious about just because of you.
Okay.
You have a solemn vow. You swore a pact with
I
yourself.
solemnly swore.
You solemnly swore that you would not buy a Super Nintendo Classic or whatever the fuck it's called until you could go to a store and buy an NES Classic.
Yeah.
And apparently, it is coming back. Expects to stock through the end of the year after June 29th. That's what it's
Wowzers.
saying. It's saying we are going to stock for the whole year. Do you think
Keith,
do you think that's
Wowzers
true?
of Bowsers.
Weezers of Beezers. Do you think that's true? And two, if it is true, are you getting these?
Hey man, like I said, if I can walk into a store and pick one up, I'll do it.
All right.
I'll also call that like if I can go onto a website and click add to cart and get
Right.
it.
But like without fucking stressing it, right? Like that's part of
Right,
it. You
yeah,
can't like
exactly.
it's got to be like on July 2nd, right? Days after it launched. If you can go to GameStop and be like add to cart. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
You
The supers were recently back in stock on Amazon.
Yeah, I
And
saw that.
I thought about it, but those things,
No,
correct
dude,
me if
you
I'm
swore
wrong.
a pact with yourself.
Well, but they're supposed to be $80, right? And on Amazon they were like 115 or like 100 or something.
Yeah,
and I was
that's
just
priced
like,
up.
ugh. I
Don't
was
get
like,
it- yeah.
am I gonna violate my moral stance
Dude,
and
no, you-
pay too much?
No way. Don't do that. Yeah, no, you made the right call. Listen, it's been a long fucking road, but here I am. Just fucking pirate them, okay? Just do it. I don't give a shit. Pirate them. It's fine. There.
Well,
Listen,
I
it
like
was-
that you can mod it, or I don't even think you have to really do much modding, but I like that you can load up extra ROMs on the
Yeah.
NES Classic.
Yeah. I mean, I want to clarify. If you could buy it, buy the thing. But if it's like, if they're doing their fake ass, we forgot how to make more than 8.
We
forgot
ran
how
out
to
of
ma- yeah.
ROMs.
We ran
There's
out
a
of
ROM shortage.
we didn't have the right LEDs for the powered light. Yeah, no, if they're jerking you around, just fucking pirate them. Who gives a shit? These
Yeah.
games are decades old.
And there soon there will be a new way to get some of these games. We're talking about Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online, the
Oh,
worst
I would-
named thing of all time.
I would like to talk to you about that, but I would like to talk about what this. I mean, this is something that I only ever heard you say. I don't know if you got it from somewhere, but I didn't hear that about the little Nintendos and Super Nintendos. Is that you said to me, of course,
Right.
Of course, they're artificially limiting these because it's such an insanely good deal. And why would they be giving away for $80 something that they could sell on Virtual Console for hundreds of dollars? And I think we found the answer, which is there's no Virtual Console for the Switch.
Right, yeah, that doesn't exist anymore.
That doesn't exist anymore.
You know,
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying you're right. And they announced this thing. There was probably some sort of internal thing. Like they were probably going back and forth about this for a while, whether they were going to be doing a Virtual Console for the Switch, and decided, no,
Well,
we're
they
going to do
announced-
Blockbuster, right?
their like Netflix style thing. They said that they were going to be doing a Netflix style thing before the Switch even came out. So
Yeah, but
I don't know
saying
why
is
everyone's
different.
acting like they're all surprised.
So it's Nintendo, and they said something about online. That's why. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
They really can't be held accountable. Sorry, they can be held accountable, but just because they said something was going to work a certain way when it comes to online doesn't really mean much at this point.
Yeah. I guess I feel bad for the people that were waiting for the announcement of Virtual Console this whole time and are now like grappling with the realization that it was never going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, yeah, dude, like they didn't say word one about Virtual Console since they announced the Switch. Like, when did you think it was like they already said they weren't doing that, basically?
Yeah, if they wanted to do Virtual Console, I mean, this is retrospect. I didn't know. I wasn't really thinking about it, but I didn't know. If they wanted to do Virtual Console, they could have had it on at the start.
Yeah.
Like, that's not something they've got to work out, right? Like, think of a Nintendo system. They all had Virtual Console at the start, right? Did the Wii? The Wii was the first one that even had it, so they might not have had it at the start.
The Wii had it at launch, yeah.
Yeah, so the Wii had it at launch, the 3DS, the Wii U. They all had it at launch. So I'm not,
Yeah, it's a bummer. Like, I have so many great Virtual Console games on my Wii U. Like I took the Wii U out. I dug my Wii U. Words. I dug my Wii U out for the marathon, and I still have it in my room here. And every once in a while, I'm like, man, there's a lot of good games on this system that I have. Play Super Metroid.
SETI says that they think they remember something about GameCube Virtual Console on the Switch. I also thought that I heard that.
Yeah, there was a leak.
Ooh, you okay? Oh my God, something happened to Kyle.
You were cutting out, but I think it might be okay now. I moved my phone over.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a leak about the fact that there was going to be GameCube games downloadable on the Switch, and that news came out before the Switch was out. And yeah, I've just been sitting here waiting for these games. Like, when's GameCube games showing up? So I don't know.
And the other thing is that a Netflix style service doesn't necessarily also preclude Virtual Console. It turns out that in this case it does, but you can totally be like, for $8 a month or whatever, $15 a month or however, I don't know how much they're charging. You can have access to all these games, or if you just want like 4 games, just pay $40 for these games, and then you have those ones and not the others.
I think they realized that, like, this is my theory. Okay, so maybe we should back up and actually explain what we're talking about.
No, don't give that to them. I'm kidding.
Nintendo put out their details for their online service, so it's going to be $20 a year, or $8 for 3 months, or $2 a month, and that's what you're gonna need that to play games online on the Switch starting in September. But also coming along with it is a Netflix style thing. Well, you'll have access to initially a library of 20 NES games, and later they're going to be adding more. What's kind of cool though is that there's going to be online multiplayer with these games and online controller passing.
That's pretty cool.
That
is pretty cool. I really do not like the movement into paying for non-ownership.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. But in a world where that's happening, I do like this Nintendo service.
Right.
As it's been pitched, Yeah.
My theory on why Nintendo is going this way instead of Virtual Console is
money, to make more money.
I think they put out Virtual Console on the Wii. The Wii was a huge hit. Virtual Console was a huge hit. People just poured money into Nintendo to get these old games on their Wiis. And then the Wii U rolled around, and everyone was like, I already bought all those games. And like probably nobody spent any money on Virtual Console on the Wii U. And they realized like, oh, if we want to keep getting money for Super Mario Brothers in perpetuity, like we need to structure it that way.
Yeah. It's not enough that all of their games are just their old games done a different way. They also want to be making money on those old games too.
Yeah. So so there's going to be 20 titles at launch, but they've only announced 10 of them so far. There's going to be soccer, tennis, balloon fight, ice climb. Oh, sorry. I just woke up. There's also going to be Donkey Kong, Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers, Dr. Mario, The Legend of Zelda, and Super Mario Brothers 3.
You were kind of sleep reading there for a second, but it's fine
Yeah.
because the ones you were sleeping were all the shitty ones that no one cared about. So I think it works out.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good,
Yep.
I think.
Yep. Well, it's good that you don't have to reread it because you were sleeping.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was recorded, I think, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you need to, you can listen back.
So I think it's cool that Zelda and Mario 3 are going to be there at launch, and like, yeah, of course, there's Super Mario Brothers. All these other ones, like, fucking, man, another go round for Balloon Fight, huh? What? Wow, the most released game that no one's ever cared about.
I'm sure that someone really loves Balloon Fight, and I'm sure that someone is also the person that keeps porting it. The one goes like, and we're putting Balloon Fight on there, right? It's like, ugh, yeah, fine, sure.
And it's so dumb because it's so like plainly obvious to me that like they just do that because it's like, listen, man, no one's ever gonna care about Balloon Fight unless it's the first one. So we got to put out Balloon Fight now.
Oh, yeah. Like, wow, there's only a handful of games to play. That's when Balloon Fight has to go.
Who the fuck would ever play soccer?
I love soccer. Oh, wait,
No,
you mean soccer for the NES?
Soccer for the NES,
Oh,
aka
sure.
soccer.
Do
You
you have
know,
anything?
association football.
Oh, association football. Sorry, I thought you meant something else. Do you...
Yeah, I think anybody that gets excited about that is a real soccer, if you ask me, huh?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Do you have anything else to say about this thing?
No, I'm excited to play NES games on my Switch, though.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm excited to have stuff to play for my Switch.
When I use my Switch, I'm like, I wish I had some old games that I liked on this thing.
When I play my Switch, I wish just everything that I wanted to play was on the Switch. I just want everything that I like to play on the Switch because I like to play it so much. But the problem is that not much of what I want to be playing is actually on it.
Do you want to be playing Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate?
No.
That's coming to the Switch.
No, I don't think I want to be playing that.
I just think it's interesting that Monster Hunter Generations came out in America, and then like the Ultimate version came out in Japan on the Switch, and they didn't bring it to America, and then Monster Hunter World came out, and so many people were screaming about having Monster Hunter on the Switch, they went back and localized it. So like they're putting out an older Monster Hunter game on the Switch, like to appease people. Like, look, we can't do Monster Hunter World, but we've got this one.
I wonder if that will appease people.
I don't think so. I haven't
Yeah.
heard tremendous things about that game.
I have a story.
Oh, wait, just real quick about the Nintendo Online thing. It does
Yeah.
have some kind of family plan where you can pay like
For
3
multiple
times
accounts or switches.
You pay like 3 times as much, but you get like 8 accounts, and supposedly like you can do it like you could with maybe minimal effort do it with your friends or something.
That sounds good that you can do it with friends because 8 accounts is a lot.
It is a lot, yeah.
Um,
I mean, some would say 8 is enough.
8, yeah, 8 is absolutely enough. I would say maybe even too much.
That's the Netflix revival of 8 is enough. Is 8 is too much now?
I have this here. If you want to talk about video game idiots, fucking accidentally walking around town with their pants off. Conan Exile's creative director on why the game lets players own slaves.
Conan.
Conan, yes, not.
I thought you were talking about fucking late night talk show
No,
host
no,
Conan
I'm just
O'Brien.
not. I'm just not interested enough to enunciate.
Well, that's just how people say it. Though.
Conan, yeah, Conan, whatever.
Okay.
This was written on Polygon. This is from Charlie Hall, and I just want to go over some of the things that this idiot said game. I'm going to start this off by saying this, Kyle.
Okay.
If you're going to say, no, these slaves aren't like real slaves, it's a whole different thing because it's video games,
Oh no.
then your excuses for why you put slaves in there shouldn't be the exact same excuses slave owners use to justify using real life slaves.
No.
Yeah. First, let's start here. Sorry, when I said let's start here, I meant let's start with me doing a little song. This is a quote. The guy's name is God. What's his fucking name?
Oh God, what is his name? Tell me.
Joel Bylos. Joe Bylos. Joel.
Oh, thank you.
Quote, I will say, me being Australian, I have less cultural baggage with slavery than I would for, say, an American, for example. There's a bit less of
that
that
makes
going
it okay.
on, at least for me, right? I haven't grown up
Wait.
with this history, so it's a bit hard for me to put myself in the shoes of anyone who has. That's not true.
Australia has no dark past regarding race.
Yeah, that's not true at all. Not only do they have a dark past about race, but like it's a colonial nation that destroyed and then continues to oppress its indigenous population. They were directly involved with the slave trade, both buying, using, and selling slaves. So they were like the whole thing, the whole package. This guy's a fucking idiot, and him not knowing about his own country's like history with slavery is exactly part of why he's such a dumbass idiot moron. But here's the part where he talks about why he thinks it's okay.
Okay.
Bilo said that for the team at Funcom, slavery actually served a useful purpose with the boundaries of the game. The team wanted players to be able to build bases, and they wanted the human AI to be able to attack them in large numbers. Rather than have the entire server's worth of human-controlled players show up for a base defense, a single player or a small group can use many slaves. In this interest, Bylos likens in-game slavery to giving players access to, quote, intelligent turrets. How bad? That's so bad, right? That's crazy that he said that, right? His is like, no. It's fine that we're using slaves. It makes it easier for us. It's easier on us if we do that.
Like when you
It solves a design issue we were having, and then the players can use them as if they're not even people.
said he's just like in all caps, like y'all know this is bad.
It's so bad. He couldn't have said anything worse, and then he did. Bylos went on to say that the team at Funcom initially wanted a game where players could take each other as slaves.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Okay.
like actual people.
yeah. No,
we-
see, it's fair because anyone can be a slave.
We talked about doing that and sort of having people play it off in a sort of joking way, Bilo said. I would say I'm a firm believer. We thought it'd be funny and jokey to be like, sorry, I guess you're my fucking slave. And there's no way that would play out in a way that reflects real world slavery at all. There's no way.
Yeah, Sneaking Mission says, I'm an equal opportunity slaver.
I would say I'm a firm believer in the fact that just because you do something in a video game, you don't do it in real life, and most people are quite aware of that. How bad is that?
this
Bad,
a game,
right?
Is this a game that exists?
Yeah,
Or,
this
like,
is
are they
Conan
still making
Exiles. This is, I believe, right now it is Steam Early Access.
it? Okay, so
Yeah.
they can.
It's out. You can do that. You can go have slaves in this game right now if you
Okay.
want.
So they can still write the slave ship on this one.
You mean have a more historically accurate slave ship?
Sure, yeah.
WRITE, the slave ship?
Ice Cream Jones says, I think it left early access.
Oh, did it leave early access? Yeah. Said he said, how did this get worse? Yeah, it did get worse, huh?
Yeah.
I want to give, I guess, it's hard to say I want to give credit because this is a very basic thing that Charlie Hall did, but who wrote the article, but does link, and I I shouldn't have been, maybe, but was anyway, surprised that after the part of where Joel Bilo said, I'm from Australia, so I don't know shit about slavery, so I guess I just don't care about it like you all do. I'm not so fucking uptight about slavery. He did link to an article about how Australia is currently grappling with its own history of slavery, an article from abc.net.au. Australia's slave trade, the growing drive to uncover the secret history of Australian South Sea Islanders. So, good on Charlie Hall for linking that article. Anyway, fuck that guy and don't play this dumbass slave game.
Liza's in the chat. Hi, Liza.
Hi, Liza. Do you have a game for me or a story for me, Kyle?
Yeah, I got a couple more.
What do you
I
got?
can shoot them to you real quick.
I got one. I have
was a
one
sad
more,
one.
so let me sandwich mine in between yours.
Okay. Pinball Arcade loses rights to Bally and Williams tables. So Pinball Arcade is a game that's existed for several years at this point, and it has digital recreations of real pinball tables.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's really good, and they're
You've
really
been
good.
playing this game on and off since it launched, right?
More off than on, but yeah,
you were
I did
really
have
into it years ago.
I had a brief torrid love affair with Pinball Arcade. Yeah,
An expensive love affair, I bet.
No, I didn't
Okay.
spend that much. I think I spent like $40 or something.
You know, it might have been. I had friends in high school that were dumping a lot of money into it, and maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, but the reason I bring this up is because the thing is, Bally and Williams is like almost every pinball table ever. So losing this license literally means like they'll probably just shut the game down because there'll be like nothing left.
What do you think?
Okay, if you bought the tables, you'll still have access to them. So
Yeah.
But it's just like, man, that really takes the wind out of their sails.
There's what do they do? What are Bally and it was Williams, right? Is the other Kyle?
Bally and Williams.
Yeah. What are they doing with those?
That's
That's so fucking important.
I think it's just I have no fucking idea, but I think there's one company that owns both now, and who knows what their plans are. I don't know.
The only thing that I can think of is that like they want to make their own fucking thing, their own proprietary game, I guess, because it's not like they're making new tables, and it's not like they're selling new tables, and it's not like anyone's going around and playing real pinball unless that's all you do as a hobby is going around and playing pinball, finding the 6 places in each state that still have a table or two.
Yeah, there are still new pinball tables that come out, and they're still like good ones that are impressive. But you know,
sure, but it's not
very few, very rarely like.
It's the sort of thing where it'll be like an Avengers table that gets like Dave and Buster's gets a few Avengers tables or whatever. I don't know if that's real, but like that's the sort of thing that a new pinball table is. And that's always what it was. It's always like, oh, there's a thing that people like, and so let's make a pinball table of it. But there's just so few of them being made new. And they all just go to Dave and Buster's. Did you have anything else on this pinball shit?
No, that was it. It's just
I'm just perplexed. What the fuck are they doing with those licenses if they're not letting like?
Yeah, I don't know if it was one of those weird things where some guy looked at it and went, "We're not making money off of this anymore, but they're using all our shit. Let's just take it away." Or I don't know. It's like surely there's something better we could do with all this.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because someone didn't understand and made a bad choice, you know? Yeah, like that makes sense. So the thing that I have is you heard about how cryptocurrency is driving up GPU prices.
Oh, I mean, yeah, of course.
Are you saying that for real, or are you saying that like a joke?
That cryptocurrency is driving up GPU prices?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, you said it like maybe you were joking, but I know that's just how we sound sometimes. Anyway, Ars Technica wants to speculate that maybe that is about to reverse itself, which would be nice. I don't think that this is like a super this is not. I'm not saying that. They're saying, hey, we're just being sort of vaguely predictive here. We're not doing any sort of real thing that is definitely going to happen. But someone's
Keith,
yeah.
Are you not part of the HODL gang?
No, what's that?
It would take too long to explain.
Okay, cool.
It's a cryptocurrency thing.
Okay, no, I don't know about
People that are way into investing in cryptocurrency are sometimes part of the HODL gang.
That's weird. That's a weird thing to be a part of and call yourself. Anyway, because cryptocurrency is a scam and it's stupid, a lot of cryptocurrencies are losing a lot of money now.
Right.
And someone somewhere that caught Ars Technica's eye said, if the people that have been driving up GPU prices get sick of mining for shit that is decreasing in value, they might go and sell their GPUs that they bought on a secondary market, which would cause the primary market of GPUs to crash and basically flood the market with really, really high-end used GPUs. And I would love that to happen. I'm reading this because that would be great. If you're a cryptocurrency miner, sell me your GPU. That would be really nice of you. You should quit.
To paraphrase Alex Navarro about the whole thing, he said, "A year from now, you'll be able to buy these GPUs for pennies on the dollar from a very nice man wearing a barrel."
That's funny. Yeah. Hey, or these cryptocurrency people, their entire thing is being able to convince people that it's a good thing to spend your time and energy on nothing.
Your literal energy.
Literal energy, yeah. Both your time and your... Oh, what was it? It's something like GPU mining takes up more electricity than several European countries or something. Like it's like Denmark and Spain or something. Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, it's crazy. Stop mining for... What's that?
I was going to say Ice Cream Jones brings up a good point that any cryptocurrency GPUs that you buy are going to be really worn out because they will have been running at full tilt for 24/7.
That's a good point, but they're probably new. Manufacturer warranty.
Maybe.
Right? I mean, full tilt for 24/7 does not violate the terms of service of manufacturer warranties.
Hey, I mean, if you buy a cheap one and it breaks, just buy another cheap one.
Good point. You get 2 for the price of 1. They might break in a year, but you'll get that year. You'll have 2. You'll have 2 years for the price of 1 year. And that's math. I guess my real thing is less about the GPUs and more just man, get out of this cryptocurrency game. That's
it's bad news.
It's great if so this, the real stock market, because that's all cryptocurrency is it's like a fake stock market. It's just its own, it's how in school sometimes a class will have you do a fake stock market thing where you use fake money to pretend to buy real stocks. Cryptocurrency market is
I did that.
How'd you do?
Terribly.
That's a bummer.
All I remember is one of the ones we bought was Nike, and it went down.
Cryptocurrency is sort of like the inverse of that, where you're using real money to buy pretend stocks. And and it's we don't have to get into how all stocks are pretend, whatever. But it's great. The real stock market that is recognized by the stock market. That's some super rich people shit, right?
They're just another HODL gang, Keith.
They're just another HODL gang. They're the HODL plus.
You're saying cryptocurrencies are fake stocks. Man, real stocks are fake stocks.
I already said that.
Oh shit. Sorry.
Yeah, you weren't listening. It's okay.
No.
I said let's ignore for a second that real stocks are also fake stocks. But what I'm saying is that the real stock market it's all super rich people, basically, right? It's super rich people doing their super rich people thing, and you can't touch it. And cryptocurrency, I guess it's nice in that regular people can kind of get a little foot in and get some of that sweet cash real fast. But man, it's a scam. Please do not do the cryptocurrency thing.
Seti says, I have an uncle who's deep into cryptocurrency, and he tried to sell my sister and her husband and me on something called CryptoCoin the last time we saw him. It was really funny.
I'm so glad. 'Cause, Kyle, you know my father. No one else listening does, but Kyle, you do. It is a blessing that my dad didn't learn about what cryptocurrency was, because he would be, I don't know, organizing bank heists to get the money to
God.
buy these things.
Oh, man.
Right?
Yeah, wait, so he doesn't know about it? Or
He
what?
doesn't really know about it. My family my
Yeah,
grandfather.
that seems like he'd be all over
This
it.
is funny. My grandfather told my cousin Ted to make sure my dad didn't learn enough about cryptocurrency.
Oh, God. Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
That's
And-
funny.
And Ted, because he's Ted, and you also know him, did
Yeah.
some mining really early on. Really
Oh,
early
of
on.
course.
When
Yeah.
he made a few $1,000s, I think.
Made a chunk.
Yeah, he made a chunk. I think he probably made upwards of 10 grand on cryptocurrency.
Wow.
Back before, it was like back when you could mine your own coins just in your house, without having to buy
Yeah.
extra shit. And it was like, he mined like 26 coins or something, and then those 26 coins ended up being worth, several grand. We're not talking about when someone had half a coin and that meant they were a millionaire or whatever. Anyway, yeah, there was like a conspiracy to keep my dad away from knowing about cryptocurrency.
That's so good.
But it's fine because the thing he's into right now is gold mining.
Literal gold mining?
Literally mining gold. Yeah, it's like the real world version of cryptocurrency.
Wow.
Yeah, it's literally the same thing. Yeah, it's almost exactly the same principle.
That's so good.
He has equipment.
Yeah, like
Like equipment.
you're not
like, he
talking
has
about
like
he's not investing in other people mining gold.
No,
he's
he
doing
wants
the
to go
mining.
into a river and dig a hole and find
Yeah.
like flakes of gold.
What a fucking nutbag.
Yeah, I know.
You don't come from threaded stock.
I'm supposed to though. Anyway,
Liza says, did you know the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act does not require American consumer products to have warranties at all, only that warranties, if offered, comply. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at
that
all.
doesn't surprise me, but most GPU manufacturers have year-long warranties.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle, that's my last news story. Do you have one?
I just like that Seti says, like a pickaxe and prospector's hat?
No, like a motor that auto sifts piles of like wet dirt.
Sure.
And like,
Why not?
Yeah, like an auto sieve, I guess is what it might be called. He bought land in like Ohio or something where there's a gold mine. I swear to God that he did this.
That he did what?
He bought land at where a gold mine is
No.
in like Ohio or something,
No.
or like yeah,
We would
or
go
somewhere.
there.
It's What? Do you have another news story?
Yeah, I got another news story. Steam Link coming to mobile platforms. Did you hear about this?
Steam Link coming to mobile platforms.
Yeah.
I just
you
heard
kn-
about it.
So you know the Steam Link as a physical device that you can stream games from your PC to, then you plug into your TV.
I've got one. I've
but-
never used it.
You've never used it?
I've literally never used it.
Oh,
do you
Steam
want to
Link
know
is
what?
hot shit, my dude.
I tried to set it up with my Xbox One controller, and it didn't work right, and I never tried it again. It worked. You know what? It worked with my PS4 controller straight away, and then I was like, I don't want to fucking play a game with this, and so I stopped.
Oh boy. You should you have an ideal setup for that because you've got the
I
TV
do.
in the one room and
Yeah.
the PC in the other room, and
Yep.
you want to play games on one on the other.
I do have an ideal setup for it. That's true.
So now Steam Link is not just going to be a physical device, but it's going to be an app that you can download on iOS and Android so that you can stream your PC games to a mobile device
Weird.
within your home, not like over data.
Right, yeah. That sounds like it'll probably work, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll totally work. That'd be pretty cool.
Maybe not as well as the Steam Link works.
Yeah. But I mean, it like there have been times in my life where I like my kingdom for a way to stream PC games to my phone or something. So
Yeah. Phone though, that
think
sounds like it sucks.
yeah, I just like that there's more options to get your games in places. Anytime
also like
there's
that.
a new place where you can play your games, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I have a Steam Link. I got it like 2 years ago, and I've never used it. It's plugged into my TV still.
That's like I always see your Steam Link plugged into your TV, and I just assume that you had used it ever.
No, never used it. Never once played a single second of a game with it.
That's so sad.
Yeah, well,
'Cause
tell
now
them
you
tell them
got
to
your,
get their fucking Xbox One controller hookups working right.
Oh, they update those all the time, so I think they actually are working better now.
Okay, well, I'll try it.
Apparently, there's something about the new Xbox One controllers that are different, and so what is it? So like now Steam Link supports wireless connections to like the new Xbox One controllers or something like that.
Yeah, it wouldn't do. That's what it was. It wouldn't do wireless with Xbox One, and I didn't have like a cable that reached, and it worked. And then I saw that it worked on my PS4, or maybe there was some way to do it, and it was like more complicated. And then I hooked up the PS4 controller. All I remember is the last step was me getting it working with the PS4 controller, and then going, but then I'd have to do a PS4 controller. And then quitting. And then just going and playing the game in my computer.
Well, just get a USB extension cable and then you're good to go.
Oh, I've got a long one now. I got one that'll work now.
There you go. Do you want to move on to questions?
Questions. Yeah, I do.
We have listener questions here. If you would like your question, your video game related question answered by Keith and I, just email runbuttonpodcast@gmail.com and make sure the word podcast is in the subject line.
Yeah. And if I respond to you in the email, it's because what happened was it said podcast question, and I thought it was a question about podcasting. And then it ended up not being that, and then I answered it anyway because I wasn't thinking.
Our first question comes from John, who asks, what are your favorite JRPGs and why? I've got a soft spot for Chrono Trigger as the game that really got the hook into me, but I adore Golden Sun's whole Jin system. I don't know what that is. That's about it. What are your favorite JRPGs, Keith?
Oh, you should go first because I have to think hard on this. Not because there's a lot that I've played, but because there's not a lot that I've played.
I was big into Final Fantasy in middle school, so I've played a bunch of those. I used to absolutely adore Final Fantasy VII. Kind of moved on at this point from that. Kingdom Hearts was a big one, but really, if I had to pick an all-time favorite, it might be Persona 4, because that game was a good game.
That was a good game. I 7 years ago I played through Chrono Trigger. That was really fun.
Oh shit.
What?
Go ahead.
It's just I don't finish them because they're
too long.
really long. Oh,
They're so
I
long.
know. Phantasy Star, one of the Phantasy Stars probably.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or I mean, fucking Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, Pokemon. Does that count? That feels like it's cheating. It's because it's Pokemon
Right.
for sure.
Pokemon feels like its own genre or something.
Yeah, it feels like Pokemon. It's what's your favorite platformer? And you're like, Mario.
No, that actually makes perfect sense.
No, well, so does the Pokemon one. It makes perfect sense.
Oh man, Fantasy Life though. What's up, Fantasy Life?
I don't know. Does Phantasy Star Online count?
Yeah.
Phantasy Star Online, favorite
Okay.
JRPG.
Liza says Final Fantasy VI. She's one of those Final Fantasy VI people.
A lot of people are like that.
Yeah, a lot of people are like that.
KOTOR 2.
No. No.
It stands
And-
for Jesus. That's an RPG.
Landon asks, have there been any ideas for Run Button that you weren't able to do for whatever reason, even outside of the realm of playing games? Oh my god, how
yeah,
much
like
time
a
do you
billion.
have?
Yeah, like
Like
100,000.
every
Let's start.
if
Let's
a
start with
game
the easy
exists,
one.
We've thought about it.
Let's start. Oh, it's for. It says outside of games too, right?
Yeah.
Well, big
didn't
one
get
for me
my-
is how are you today? Technically is related to Run Button, and that's one that I guess I did a little bit of, and I'm planning on doing more of, but it's just like such a big thing that it's hard to get it done because it's always like 80%
Oh.
of the time it's like not enough time and resources, and then 20% of the time it's like that wouldn't be a good show, you know? Like you always want to do you always want to do like as long Zelda Let's Play, and then also in the same sentence go, but that would be a bad show.
Yeah, like I wouldn't
Or
say
Mega
that
Man.
I want to do Zelda. I would say I'm a person I would more say that I'm a person that makes Let's Plays and really likes Zelda.
And you wish that you could do a Let's Play of Zelda. You
I
have
don't
said in the
know
past
that
that you
that's
would
true.
want to do that. In the past you have said. You maybe have changed.
I think I would want to do a Let's Play of Zelda 1. I think that would be good.
Um
But here is this person also follows up with a second, more interesting question.
okay, burn on that first question.
Also, are either of you interested in owning a Steel Battalion controller? I don't have the game, but I still have the controller for it. I'll ship it. So, I'll ship it if so. I'm just trying to find a good home for it. Keith, you want a Steel Battalion controller?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, ship it to Keith, I guess.
Yeah, ship it to me.
Well-
Yeah, I want that. That's a weird thing.
he's-
Hey, listen, because
He
then
signs off with "Fuck Dad's Landon."
yeah, nice. Because then Kyle, think of it this way: then all we need is the game part, and then we can do that. We can have some of that, and then I can be your
Okay,
drill sergeant.
yeah.
I can be that shitty drill sergeant that I hate,
Oh God, okay.
Right?
Maybe it's a bad idea.
and I can be like,
no.
there are no less than 4 old school campaigners in this room. The rest of you are filth. I'll never forget that for my entire life.
I know. I was going back to the like things that we wanted to do for Run Button. I really wanted to do us watching like Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. Like we watched like the first 5 minutes, and I really wanted to finish it.
Oh, I would love to do more let's watches.
Yeah, let's watches in general.
Yeah. We're really good at those.
That's actually, weirdly enough, that's the same name as Cliffy B's upcoming tech startup watch rental. Let's Watches.
Let's watch. Is it partnered with Swatch and it's actually Let Swatch?
Ooh, let's watch what?
Let's watch onto your wrist, I guess.
Here's a question from Camillo. They ask, Shenmue HD Remaster is coming out soon. What's your opinion on that? Here's my opinion. Who fucking cares? Shenmue sucks.
Shenmue's fun. Shenmue's dumb.
Shenmue's hilarious and special, but like Shenmue is not fun to play.
I really feel like I'm of two minds, and the first mind says that game is like a bizarre mess. Why would you feel the need to put that bizarre mess in HD? And I feel like maybe it would even like lessen some of the wacky appeal of it. But then my second mind says, how funny would it be to see beautiful character models acting in a totally stupid way that only someone in a game from 2002 would act, or whenever that game came out, 2001. 2000? When did that game come out? 2001?
I think it was 99.
No, I thought it was late in the Dreamcast. Oh wait,
don't
that
think so.
was late in the Dreamcast. The launch of the Dreamcast was late in the
It
Dreamcast.
was late in the Dreamcast, yeah.
Late 2000.
Oh, okay.
99 in Japan, late 2000 in other territories.
Liza says, Shenmue, can you jump?
Can Shenmue jump?
Okay.
Okay. That's
Oh,
like a song. That's. Do you want to know why that's so funny? It's because it sounds like Shenmue does, right? But it reminds me of like something that would be in Sonic Adventure too. Just like two
Yeah.
lines that like were recorded without knowing the context of the other lines. It sounds like something that Sonic would say right after making that face that he makes at the start when that thing crashes at the first level. Ah, you know?
Yeah.
Ah.
And his quills go out.
Yeah. All right. What else we got?
Well, we've got this one. We have the question that you accidentally answered in
Yeah,
the email.
let's
If you
do
want to
it.
answer it on the podcast.
Yeah, I do.
Hey. Oh wait, I was just about to read your response accidentally. I just wrote
Yeah,
like,
don't
"Hey
read that.
Zachary, this is Keith.
That's
Hey Run Button, I've been a sad boy lately and haven't been able to enjoy playing video games. Oh, I've been enjoying games vicariously through your Let's Plays. That's good. I have a question for your podcast. What games do you play when you're feeling down in order to raise your spirits? Thanks so much for all the amazing content. Thank you, Zachary.
Thank you, Zachary. So this is not part of the question, which is why I didn't say this in my email back. But like usually when I'm down and I don't want to play games, I just don't. Instead of trying to find
Yeah.
one that picks me up. But for a lot of last year, Breath of the Wild was a good pick me up game for me because it's like it was like both super relaxing and also really fun. Which is
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I've had like the opposite experience where like when I'm in a bad mood, I think like maybe Zelda will cheer me up, and I get in, and there's just immediately so much. I'm like, I can't even with this game.
Oh, really? No, because I'm like totally content with just running in circles in that game, like just
Okay.
walking around and like finding a hill to surf down.
Yeah, I think that's my problem is like I'm just not in tune enough with like the spirit of do whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you got to get some of that do whatever the fuck in you. It's so good. It's such a good feeling. And that's probably the best like answer is that if you have a game where you like just being in the game, that's probably your best bet.
Yeah.
Like any game
Yeah.
where you're like, I don't even have to be playing the game the way they want me to be having fun here. Halo 2, I mentioned Halo 2, but for another reason in my response. But like Halo 2 just going into a custom game by myself and doing like super bounces, that was such a fucking pick me up for me as a kid. Or like even doing it with like friends that I had made back when you were able to make friends online, which you can't do anymore, or on Xbox Live, I guess specifically is what I mean. Back when you could make friends on Xbox Live just by playing a quick match and being like, that person was fun, let me send him a friend request.
Hey, do you want to be my
Yeah.
Halo friend?
But party chats don't exist, so we were all talking to each other during this, and I thought that you were pretty fun. So did you want to maybe do a super jump thing? And that was really so. But like now, I like games where I can just sort of just zone out. Games where like the outcome doesn't really matter to me, like Halo or
Yeah.
Overwatch or like quick actiony shootery sort of games. PUBG does not work with this because PUBG is so fucking tense. I cannot.
Yeah.
All I can do is feel the tension. But with Halo or Overwatch, I'm totally fine with playing a few matches without really, like in sort of like a Zen way, like detaching from the experience and just doing it with my hands and eyes, but not with my brain.
Yeah.
Heroes
Yeah,
of
I
the
get what you're
Storm.
saying.
Heroes of the Storm is one of those for me. I always do pretty well at Heroes of the Storm without ever. We're only playing it once every few months, which is why I like it a lot. I don't like. It's why I can't play. What's the card game?
Hearthstone?
Yeah, can't play Hearthstone because they're always like adding new things, and the meta is always changing in ways that I can't keep up with.
Yeah.
And like if I don't have the cards, I'm just toast. And I can always win a few up front with my old decks, but like it just asks so much from you in terms of like knowing what you're doing. But Heroes of the
Yeah.
Storm is when I can just go in and clean up without really even paying attention. Those always work for me. What about you?
Yeah, I it's hard to answer that question because I don't know that there's necessarily any games that cheer me up. I think there are some games that, like, if I need to relax, I will play them.
Like what?
I think Picross was that for me for a long time. I think now I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of Picrossed out. I'm crossed out. Picrossed out.
You're picked out.
but-
Picked up.
I don't
Picked up
play...
and crossed out. That's good, right?
Yeah, that's real good. I think also maybe like 2D Sonic games. Like the other day I was like kind of not feeling great and I played Sonic Mania a little bit and that made me feel good. But yeah, like earlier this year I was a sad boy and mostly what I did was just not play games.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I also tend to not play them. So I mean, sometimes sometimes you're like, oh, I'm sad, I don't want to play a game, and then you don't. But sometimes you're like, maybe I should just try it. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But like, I don't know. A lot of times when I'm sad and there's something that I usually like to do that I don't want to do because I'm sad, doing it anyway will help. And I'm like, that was just me being an idiot. Why I didn't want to play anything. Mostly when I'm sad, I just like to tweet jokes, which is fine because that's also what I like to do when I'm in a good mood.
yeah, see, when I'm sad, I stay away from Twitter for days at a time.
Did you see my tweet about my new company that I'm starting?
No.
Starting a company that unwraps craft singles and resells them as singles deluxe.
Like, just a stack of unwrapped singles.
Stack of unwrapped singles, yeah.
Good.
I mean, it's such a chore to unwrap those things.
I wish they would just come all together like that. So I have one last question from Nathan. It's a little long-winded, sorry to say.
Okay.
Where I think I'm getting a little burnt out, so maybe we'll kind of rush through this one.
Do you want me to read it? Oh, wait, not burnt out on reading, just burnt out on podcasting?
Yeah. I mean, I can read it. I'll read it if you want me to.
I'll read it. You seem like you're having trouble reading today.
Hey, geeks and gamers.
Don't call me that.
Don't
call me that. You can call Kyle that.
I've been thinking recently about how Flash games have influenced my taste in games. I spent many afternoons as a broke teen trawling the depths of various websites, wading through trash, hoping to find an occasional diamond. Some of these games, point-and-click adventure games, escape room games, 2D platformers, hidden object games, to name a few, have become favorites of mine. Some I've never even played outside of a browser. It occurs to me that genres I enjoy but couldn't tell you the name of a single game of that type. It occurs to me that I have genres I enjoy, but couldn't tell you a single game of that type. That's weird. It also occurs to me that
Well, if you're playing in
my
a browser
taste
and you're just clicking on random shit, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's interesting to be like, oh yeah, I really like 2D platformers. I can't remember the names of any of them, but I have definitely enjoyed them.
I get with like escape room games, right? It's like, I don't know their names. Like it was like,
Sure, yeah.
It
also occurs to me that my taste in gaming has been developed through playing mostly bad games. I'm curious how common this is. Are there Flash games you have particular fondness for? Did you spend much time playing Flash games? Has this affected how you feel about games? What's the worst game you played through just because it was free and you had time?
That's a good question. I used to play a lot of Flash games, especially in school. Like, going on, like, addictinggames.com was a big one for me. And just clicking on shit and hoping that something was good.
God.
Yeah, right?
I forgot about addictinggames.com.
Yeah.
It had Curveball.
It did have that. And then it had Interactive Buddy.
Slime Volleyball, y'all.
It had
Slime Volleyball.
Oh, Slime Volleyball. I played a lot of the Homestar Runner Flash games, too.
Oh, sure.
What was that one? There's like a tank one. Indestructo Tank or something?
I don't know.
Indestructo Tank 1, the original. Apparently there's like 6 of them or something now, because I just Googled it. But Indestructo Tank was a good one. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I remember balloons. Let's see. What was the other part of that question? So I did play a lot. I sort of stopped playing those types of games. Oh, you know what was one? Insane Aquarium was one of my favorites. Did you ever play Insane Aquarium?
No.
I was a PopCap game.
Wouldn't it be Insanaquarium?
I don't know how to...
Because they were called Insanitariums, so Insanaquarium?
No, it was an aquarium.
Yeah.
And it was an insane aquarium. Insane.
Yeah.
It's not. By the way, it's not called an insanitarium.
It's just called a sanitarium.
It's just called a sanitarium.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what it's called. Ask PopCap. Ask Jeff Green. I know he's not there anymore. But
it was a PopCap game?
Yeah, it was a PopCap browser game. You had these little fish, and you clicked on the glass to feed them. And as you feed them, they got bigger. And as they got bigger, they shit out more money, and you could buy more. You could buy better food to make them grow faster and shit more, and also to be able to drop more food at once. You could buy new fish. You could buy new kinds of fish, different kinds of fish. Got different kinds of food. As you leveled up, you would get these like little helpers that would do different things. Like you get a crab that would go around and help you collect money that you missed. And then while all of this was happening, there were aliens that were invading your aquarium, and you had to use a blaster to shoot them before they could eat your fish. Yeah.
That's wild.
That game's fucking sick. I love that game. And so a few of those I've gone back and done, but I mostly stopped. But I do get the idea of like going and wading through trash to find something you really like. Because that's how
I get that.
That's how I find music, and I do that all the time, and I've been doing it for years. Which is just go on Bandcamp and listen to 80 things and find 2 or 3 things that I like. I used to just
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's how I find music. That's why I have so much music that's really cool. Or I would do for a long time. I would go on iTunes and I would find one thing that I liked, and then I would just hit every suggested artist for everything, just sort of like fanning outwards,
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it would be like this guy says, these 5 things are similar to that, and then each one of these things has 5 things that are similar to that, and I would just go through that way.
I've got a Flash game.
What's your Flash game?
The Bionicle Adventure game. The Lego website had... Well, first of all, I was playing games on the Lego website back when they were Shockwave games and before Flash came out.
Wait, sorry, you were doing what before Flash came out?
Shockwave games.
Oh, yeah, I remember Shockwave, yeah.
Yeah, Shockwave was like the precursor to Flash.
Right, yeah, so I guess a lot of the games that I named were probably Shockwave originally.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, everyone in the chat is flipping out about Shockwave now.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that. Yeah, there was the Lego Bionicle had a game that was basically Myst, but set on the fictional island that Bionicle took place on, and it was dope.
I played that.
It was good.
That's so weird. I'm trying to remember more games that I played.
I beat that game.
This is I played a lot of the Lemmings Flash port. That was one that I played a lot of. Did you play any Lemmings, Kyle?
Never.
Really?
Yeah.
It's good. It's fun.
Yeah, I remember you saying that you're into it.
You know what it is. You know the premise.
Not really.
Wow, really? That's crazy. This is a game I've been playing since I was 6 years old because it was on every school computer I ever had at school.
Oh, okay.
And we would play it during snack time. And so the levels get progressively harder, but you have let's just say that you've got 30 lemmings, and they all come out in a single file line out of a door, and you have to get them to the exit of this door, and it's like a fucking death trap. And you have like these abilities that are limited resources that you can assign to individual lemmings. So like if you say there's a cliff, right? You get the stopper lemming, and you click on a guy, and he like it's like, oh no, you can't go past this part. But you let one guy past, and then he's a builder, and he can build like a staircase or something to get them across like a gap or whatever. And then what you do is you blow that stopper guy up because there's no way to get him to stop being a stopper. And so you explode that guy, and then everyone else can go. And the idea is based on that horrible fake Disney Lemmings documentary where they killed a bunch of lemmings, that it's like these a portion of these lemmings are just going to die on this journey as long as you get enough of them to the end. That's all that matters. Where it's like, they give you 50, but you only need 20 living to get to the end.
Ice Cream Jones is saying that Lemmings was from DMA Design, which became Rockstar North.
That's weird. That's my favorite Rockstar game.
The other part of the question was
worst game we ever played through because it was free.
Yeah, and I would say I can't think of anything because, like, I think I just respect my time too much. Like, I don't play bad games, right?
Yeah. I mean, I understand wanting to play through a game even though you don't like it. I've definitely done that. But I don't think I've ever done it with a free game. Because that's the thing about Flash games, is that if you don't like something, there's a fucking whole page of other games just waiting. I'm trying to think of the worst thing I ever played through, and it was probably you know what it was? It's probably something like a free visual novel that was on like a Flash website that like before I had ever played a visual novel or knew what it was, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And just you're so curious about a thing you've never seen before that you play through the whole thing even though you don't like it. That's probably my answer. Even though there are, there are obviously really good visual novels out there, but not a random one that you click on a Flash website in 2002.
The chat is being really shitty. Guys, I'm talking about not playing bad games in my real life, not Let's Plays.
Yeah,
that's different.
For fun. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like the worst game that I played through that was also free. It being free really throws a wrench in that.
Yeah. Now there's lots of free games because there's like PSN Plus, PlayStation Plus, and the games with gold and all this stuff.
And the same thing where, there's shitty games that I got for free through Games for Gold, but I didn't play through them. I played I played like a half an hour and went, okay, this sucks.
And maybe, also that might speak to our privilege where, like, we never had to play through bad games because we just got good games.
But if you have a computer that has Flash, then you can just stop playing the bad one.
Yeah.
All right. Was that it for questions?
That was it for questions, and I think that's going to be it for our podcast. Again, if you want to send in email question, email runbuttonpodcast@gmail.com, and make sure the word podcast is in the subject line so we can find it.
If you're listening to this, it's because of all of the nice, except for the people that are here live. If you're listening to this, it's because of the very nice people that signed up to the Run Button Patreon at contentburger.biz, which you can also do. And you can follow Kyle and I on Twitter at Keith J. Carberry and at Kyle T. Churchill.
Yeah.
You added that middle name just to fucking twist the knife in, huh?
What, like I was copying you?
Yeah, you're copying, betraying. I don't really know the motive, but...
Well, what it was that somebody else already had at Kyle Churchill.
Okay.
Kind of like how someone already had at Keith Carberry. It's just that it was your dad.
Right, but I have that because we have the same name, and that's my dad.
I know. Yeah.
The guy that has Kyle Churchill isn't your dad.
No. He might be as big as my dad.
He might be. He might be as big as your dad. He might be the size of your dad. I liked a new band recently, and I went to their Twitter to follow them, and the last thing that they had tweeted was a quote tweet from Street Fight Radio, and I was like, nice.
Oh man,
yeah,
it was love at first sight.
I know. Coolghouls420.bandcamp.com. Very good band.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We will be back next month with the next monthly episode of the Run Button Podcast. Bye.
Bye.
We gonna be here forever, man. Shitty. Zafoon. Sam. Pretty much till they kick me out the booth. And we pretty much amazing.
Take a second look and you'll see there is no one
Mind your manners.
there is no one like me.
Yeah, this is etiquette, bitches.
You better reconsider. You will never do better. There is no one
So you
like
can keep searching and searching.
me. Take a second
Try to find someone better. How long will that take?
no one like me.
I'll wait.